Today I want to share with you 5 steps to having a healthy, amazing future. And today too. These are 5 steps that you may say, hey Annette, I'm already doing some of them. And then others you may say, oh wow, I wasn't doing that. This is for you. It's what I use to teach my clients and to teach my coaching clients how to be healthy, how to change your mindset, how to change your habits, and let tomorrow be such an incredibly amazing, healthy day. How many of you have children that you want to enjoy for many years to come? You want to get on the floor and play with them, or you have grandchildren that you want to go hiking and biking. Okay, that's definitely me. Hopefully it's some of you too. Well, to do that, we're going to have to take charge of our health. We're going to have to do these steps. Now, let's just think back to your bank account. And I do a video on this in the Treasures of Healthy Living DVD series, and it is very informative, and it helps you just to see in perspective how we can look at our health as a bank account. Well, I'm not going to do all of that talking today because that's reserved for the video, but I just want you to think about this. Are you in debt financially? Well, this past Sunday, our pastor was talking about, that we need to get out of debt. We need to get out of debt in our finances because it straps us. It causes us to not be able to do everything God's called us to do. It's a burden. And we don't know what our future holds where we may need to be debt-free. Exactly. But how do we know we're in debt financially? Well, we check our bank account, or we check all of the bills that we owe, or all the the balances. And when we've got school debts and car payments and credit card, which can be very huge, house payments, that's a debt. And many times people are not able to pay down their debt. They're only able to pay the interest on the loans. Well, that just causes more debt. Now, here's what I want you to realize. We can be in the same debt with our health as we are with our finances. We can just be paying the interest, which means we're just barely getting by with our health. We're taking aspirin for the headache. We're taking weight loss supplements, weight loss drugs to lose weight. That's just paying the interest. We haven't even addressed what's the underlying problem. And that's what I want to talk to you about. So first of all, when you are recognizing that you're in debt financially, you take an inventory. Okay, how much do we owe? How can we pay it off? With our health, it's the same way. We need to take inventory. How do you even know if you're in debt with your health? Well, I'm going to share with you a couple different checkpoints that you can ask yourself, okay, are you dealing with this? Because if you are, then you're in debt with your health and we need to correct it. Now, the first one, I'm just going to put it out there because I know some of you understand it and you recognize it, and others of you are in denial. You ready? Okay, it's obesity. When you are overweight, you are putting a heavy burden on your body. And you may say, Annette, I am fine. It's not that big a deal that I'm, 30 pounds overweight. Yes, it is. You are not created to carry extra weight. You can look at the BMI scale and see how do you rank in that scale. It's not 100% accurate for everybody. If you're very muscular, like I have a son who's very muscular, so the BMI scale doesn't work for him. But that's the unusual people, not that he's unusual, but that's the rarity, not the norm. Most of us, the BMI scale works perfectly well for us. And sometimes I don't like the number, and other times I'm like, oh, okay, that's a good number. But we need to address obesity. It is taxing you tomorrow and your future. All right, so that's number 1. Number 2 is your digestive system. If your digestive system is talking back to you or talking back to your neighbor, you've got a problem. If you're not eliminating every day normally, you've got a problem. That's an indicator, that's a red light, that's a negative on your bank account saying, hey, you've got a problem. And you may think, Annette, it's my normal. No. Don't go there because, I've heard a pediatrician saying, oh, your child only goes to the bathroom every 3 to 4 days. That's just their normal. No. Don't believe that. That's not normal. You need to eliminate every day. Every day you don't eliminate, you just are harboring toxins in your body. Now think about that. You don't want that. Okay, so we need a digestive system that is working beautifully. All right, next is your skin. Your skin is also a balance sheet for your bank account, your health bank account. If your skin looks beautiful and vibrant and glowing, then your bank account is doing really well. But if you've got skin issues anywhere on your body, then you have a debt that you may not be aware of. So we need to talk about that. Let's see what else is on my list. If you are having difficulty walking or getting in and out of the car, that means there's a debt. We need to figure out what's going on with that. If you aren't sleeping through the night, getting a minimum of 8 hours of sleep, that's a debt. If you're not drinking water every day, that is creating a debt for the future. Okay, and here's another one. This is another one where people really give me a lot of pushback. If you are taking medications, that's a debt. Now, I get it. I understand medications. Some are they're just important. You cannot go without them or you will not be alive. I get that. But you need to recognize that every medication causes a debt to your health. So you have to figure out how to overcome that and how to build up your immune system, build up your body so that it can handle the medication, let the medication do what it's supposed to, and so that you can live vibrantly. Now, it has been proven that over 75% of medications can be eliminated by working with your doctor by doing a couple things: beginning exercise and eating correctly. And we're going to talk about it. So you just need to understand a lot of medications are optional. In fact, we were on medications in our 30s, and then when our 40s, when we started changing our eating, we no longer have been on medications, and now we're in our 50s and we're still not on medications. So a lot of medications are optional, and sometimes I would take them because I didn't want to change how I was eating. I wanted to just take a medication. Well, praise the Lord, I changed my ideas and started listening to God more, and that has made a big difference. So you need to realize that. And here's another one too. You need to understand, if you have a child who has been on an antibiotic in the last 24 months, that is still a debt to their health. So we need to do some corrective measures to help them build up their immune system. Now, I'm not trying to get you aggravated at me. I'm just trying to expose things that we may not be thinking about. Okay, so now that we know if we're in debt, let's look at the 5 steps that we can get out of debt with our health, that we can have an amazing today and an even more amazing tomorrow. So the first one is, number 1 is to set a goal. Whether it's a weight loss goal or whether it's just a health goal. Do you want to be able to walk to the mailbox? Do you want to just be able to sleep through the night? Do you want to be able to eat a meal and not have all of that indigestion issues? You know, what is a goal that you would like to set? And meet with yourself and God once a week and discuss it. Okay, Lord, these are my goals that I have for this week. You know, where are you with this? You know, and read some verses that you can use as confirmation that God is willing to work with you, because there are hundreds of verses. Well, He will confirm that He wants to help you through this, because this is going to create a vitality in you that's going to make sharing the gospel so much easier and just living your life. So God's in this. In fact, He even said you are fearfully and wonderfully made, and He created you in His image. So He's in this. He's there for you to help you be victorious in this area. So number 1, set a goal. Number 2, now we can relate this to our finances, but what I want to share with you is we need to set limits on our spending. So we understand that in finances, if we want to get out of debt, then we got to limit how much we're spending in certain areas. Well, the same is true in your health. We can set limits on our spending by drinking water instead of soda or sports drinks. We can eat at home versus eating out, because it's been proven that when you eat at home, you actually have a higher tendency to eat healthier meals. So this would be an amazing step towards living healthier. In fact, I know when I eat out because we're traveling or people invite us out, which actually doesn't happen that often. People don't always like to eat out with me, but that's okay. But anyway, I'm just joking with you. But anyway, so when I eat out, I actually start feeling worse. And then I have to come home and start eating healthy again to feel better. Even when I try to eat healthy when I'm out, there still are things on the food that I'm not always aware of. So eating at home, you know, changing your drinks to water versus the soda, the sports drinks, set limits on your spending. So we can do that with our health as well. The next one is correct your spending habits. And so what I mean by this with our health is, number 1, we need to journal what you're eating. If you bite it, you have to write it. It's that simple. Because a lot of times when we are trying to correct our finances, we don't realize that we're spending a couple dollars here, a couple dollars there, and we just kind of mindlessly or carelessly spend money without tracking it. Well, when you track your finances, you realize, wow, I didn't realize we were spending that much money on that one item that we don't even really need. Well, your health is the same. Sometimes we are taking a bite here, a bite there, and we're not realizing how many calories we're actually consuming until the end of the day. It's like, well, I'm pretty full. I only ate 2 meals. And then in fact, sometimes my husband will say, well, I didn't even eat breakfast today. And I'll say, well, yes, you did. You had a smoothie. He's, oh, well, that doesn't count. Well, yes, it does. So if you bite it or drink it, you need to write it, okay? So nothing gets by. Everything has to be journaled. And then we can start recognizing where we're slipping up. Okay, so correct our spending habits. Number 4 is to eat by the 3 principles. We go over them and over them and over them, with all of our teaching. We need to eat by the 3 principles. They work, they're biblical, and it just helps us to give the glory to God when we feel better because we followed His principles. Number 5, learn to be satisfied, not stuffed. Okay. It's not Thanksgiving every day. We should not eat so that we have to go lay down, or eat till we have to loosen our belt, or only eat with our workout pants on so there's room to expand. No, no. In fact, they've proven that if everyone would eat 20% less calories every day, they would feel better. They would feel healthier, and they would not, whittle away to nothing, because they would actually, their skin would look better, their body would feel better. And so actually, to learn about this, stop when you're satisfied. Now, this takes training because we've been taught to clean your plate or to sample everything. And that has caused us a lot of havoc in our body and has caused us to gain weight when we weren't trying, we weren't wanting to. So we need to learn to be satisfied. Stop eating. And I've even been fork in the air and it's like, uh-oh, I'm satisfied. But I really want that. But no, I'm satisfied. So stop when you're satisfied. Eat when you're hungry. Don't ever be stuffed. Make that just one of your goals, to never eat to stuffed. And sometimes you have to slow down your eating because you may not feel stuffed until 10 minutes later. It's like, oh, I wish I hadn't eaten that. Yeah, so you got to eat slower. All right, so these are 5 ways to jumpstart your healthy challenge, to jumpstart your healthy change in your life. And they're 5 steps that work. I guarantee it. In fact, even Harvard Medical School is saying that your choices that you make every single day is either going to influence the vitality of today and tomorrow, or it's going to lead to diseases that you may not want to deal with. And so the evidence is everywhere, all of the different medical publications. We are in a health crisis, and the way to get out of that health crisis is to recognize, hey, this is very similar to a debt crisis. If I want to get out of debt, I need to recognize my spending, recognize where I'm going wrong, and correct it. And then yes, even if you have to eat rice and beans for 5 years, get out of debt. Well, I want you to take the same diligence with your health and say, hey, no matter what it takes, we are going to conquer this, and we are going to start living our life more vibrantly, more energetically, because we will have the health to do it. I hope this is making sense for you, because this is so vital. This is so important to your tomorrow. And if you're a parent, I want you to be so alive with energy and vitality to be able to do some amazing things with your kids. And as a grandparent, I want to challenge you as well. Our children need us. They need us to be strong and to be healthy, not taking us to doctor's appointments and hospital visits and all that. No, let's go biking. Let's go hiking. Let's go have some fun. And so I'm Annette Reeder, the biblical nutritionist, and I'm here to keep you on mission. I'm here with cooking classes and webinars and nutritional seminars, all because I want to help you become as healthy as God designed you to be. I'm on mission to keep you on mission. So as you gain your health, you're going to be able to fulfill the mission that God's called you for. And maybe it's just to be a healthy parent. Maybe it's just to be that coworker at your job that is not having to use sick days to actually be sick. Why not use sick days to have fun? I mean, if it's okay with your company. We used to call it PTO. So I want to challenge you Take these 5 steps and make these your non-negotiables. When you're correcting your finances, you make non-negotiables. We're going to stick to these rules no matter what. We're going to get out of debt. We're going to be set free. Well, with your health, these are non-negotiables. So you can be set free with your health just as well. Thank you for watching. Be sure and like this video and share it with your friends. Share it with your women's ministry at your church, because this is how we share the gospel. We get healthy, we share the gospel. We bake bread, we share the gospel. We just share the gospel. Even when you're sick, you can share the gospel. I understand that. But it's easier when you're feeling good. So we have a message, and I'm here to help you share that message. So, hey, like this video, share it with your friends. Oh, but don't forget to subscribe to this station, because that way you'll be notified every time there's more teaching. And there's so much incredible teaching already on this channel, and a lot more to come. You want to learn how to cook? Stay tuned. You want to teach your kids how to cook? Stay tuned. You want to learn how to live a biblically healthy life? Stay tuned right here. Annette Reeder, the Biblical Nutritionist.